Today is an exciting day, a day of firsts, a day of beginnings, a day of opening myself up to the world. Today is the very first day of the Human Understanding and Curiosity Tour, an idea that I came up with about a month ago. Maybe it's more like 2.5 weeks. Sometimes time tends to blur when you jump headfirst into a fear-inducing idea, I'll call it. But as many of you know, I decided about a week ago to announce that I'd be heading out on a tour across the country to continue on a process that I've been on for the better part of the past 2 years of trying to shed protection mechanisms, shed habits that have served me or not served me so well for the better part of my 20s and early 30s, to open up, to start to maybe change and release some of the narratives that I've had in my mind for a long time. And that work had begun before a summer and fall that was filled with it's pretty tough moments, to be honest. But I would say that as painful as those moments have been, at this point I'm quite grateful for this feeling of appreciation for what I have and the moments that we have and the people who I come across. So with that, we have secured on short notice a pretty amazing itinerary, some really beautiful and curious and just optimistic people have extended their time and their knowledge, their contacts. And I can't wait to introduce you to some of these people along the journey. And we're going to be stopping in Philly. First stop, afternoon and early evening. Then driving down to Richmond, Virginia. Staying in the oldest part of Richmond, Virginia, in downtown Richmond. Then I'll be moving on to North Carolina, first stopping off in Raleigh, checking out a few spots that were recommended to us there, and then moving on to Winston-Salem, where serendipity just happened to have brought into my life a really amazing human who had just found the game actually curious, played it and reached out on IG, happened to be on our path. I told her what we were up to, and she is helping us to really go out in Winston-Salem. We're going to be hosting an event together. She's put me in contact with some amazing shops and cafes that we hope to collaborate with. So exciting things ahead there. From there, we move on to Atlanta. In Atlanta, we'll be meeting up with some old friends, some family, some distant family that I actually don't know that well, and I'm really excited to play Actually Curious and with them and hopefully in the short time that we do have together, get a really deep understanding of who they are and where they're coming from, because besides from being family, I know nothing there. And from there, I'm heading down to Orlando, where I'm stoked to meet up with an old friend from middle school, a bit of a academic rival. You're nerdy when you start talking about academic rivals from middle school, but that's my boy. He definitely helped me work to a higher potential because he was always pushing it. So looking forward to that. And then from there, if you're tracking, we're now at about the 26th of November or the 27th. From there, we're going to head down to Southwest Florida, where my parents live. Kind of slow down a bit, recharge, there's some good people in the area that, you know, I see when I'm down there, but I've also discovered through the magic of Facebook that there are some people down there that are, you know, that I remember having some good moments or good interactions with that I don't know so well. And hopefully, if they have the time and are willing, I'll be able to meet up with them as well. You know, that's gonna make up the first leg of this tour. I mean, not bad for you know, a week's worth of planning, a few notes on social media, and just, you know, putting myself out there and getting love back. I mean, even people who I won't be able to meet up with, I just want to say that, you know, even embarking on an idea like this can be quite nerve-wracking. It really does take, frankly, feeling seen, feeling validated, to be able to keep it going. And every little like, every comment, every attempt to link up, every memory you've shared about just knowing me from my past, it's all doing something. It's all working. It's all very much appreciated. So I just want to make sure you know that. And there's more to come. I gotta come back up north, and I got some amazing things, experiences that I'll be embarking on for the first time, and I just hope you'll join me. So with that, one other thing, I should not have left this to the end, but if you are here, then this is the right message for you. We have just launched our second Kickstarter campaign. Why a second Kickstarter? Well, I'll tell you, we really are committed to this mission of leveraging a game to spread empathy and understanding. And what we found is there's not just one style of game that makes sense here. There are ways that we can take this concept, take the science and psychology that goes into emotional connection, and make it even more accessible for a larger audience. You know, the point is not to have this be something that that only reaches, you know, people who are in academia, or, you know, are in sort of activism or wellness, or just, you know, predisposed to being excited about a movement like this. We want to leverage this really simple opportunity to connect with people to take this wider. So Kickstarter is live. You can go to Kickstarter and you can search for Actually Curious, and you'll find that we're doing some fundraising around our latest version, the Happy Hour edition. You have the opportunity on there to secure both existing packs at a discounted rate, but also we've started the development of 2 new packs, Culture Edition. And that is not, you know, that's not your typical trivia game. The way that works is it allows you to ask questions that allow you to connect with people through their experience with culture, with brands, with social media, with music, with art, with film. I'm really excited about that. I'm really excited to work on it. We have a bunch of questions already in the works. We're going to be doing some live ideation sessions, which you'll learn more about. But also, at anytime you feel inspired with a question, go to www.actuallycurious.com and submit your questions. That'll help us with the development. You'll also can sign up for the newsletter, and there you can learn about when we're doing a live events to kind of, you know, crowdsource some ideation. But then also we're going to be releasing the Real Deep edition. And that is, you know, a lot of people gave us feedback that for Valentine's Day they would want to see a game that's really geared at couples. And, you know, we think that's a great idea. There are a lot of really great ideas out there for couples. Where we're taking it is creating a game that's for close friends and romantic partners. You'll find that there are questions throughout some of our decks that push the line. We're really going to push the line of comfort and the line of vulnerability with the Real Deep Edition. There's just some things that you don't want to discuss with strangers. You'd rather discuss that in close circles, and we're gonna create the game for that. In closing, this is my first YouTube video. If you're here, God bless you. This is very long. This is my first video entry. I'm proud of myself for trying this. I'm gonna get better. And I hope you will follow along as I do. I hope you'll take some inspiration from me as I just lay it out there and see what happens. And I hope you'll go to our Kickstarter and support. If we can get to that $1,000 mark before next week, that'll allow me to do an initial order of cards of the happy hour in order to fulfill for the holidays. So please support early and often, and follow us on social media. Follow us on Actually Curious. It's actually ACTUALLY Curious, C_know you, CURIOUS on Instagram. And with that, I will say goodbye. Hope to see you out there. And I hope to play Actually Curious with you.